Hey everybody, how's it going today on this beautiful Tuesday day? Perfect. It is me, AgentNemitz, and we're back today with, you know what it is, you clicked on the video. We're here to do a data pack and texture pack update for everybody. I've been playing with these and updating a lot of things, as you can see behind me, and we're not in our normal flat test world. We're in the building with AgentNemitz backup world here, and it's so that way you can kind of see them in action somewhat and see how they look instead of just in a flat world. So yeah, that's what we're here to show off today. And yeah, let's just dive right into it. I've made a lot of changes, and some of you know because you've been watching my videos, and I've been playing with these textures for a little while, playing with a few of them for a little while, not all of them. A lot of them I just changed recently, so yeah. It's pretty cool. So let's just dive right into it. I'm gonna start at this end and we're gonna work our way that way. So oh man, I uniformed all, let's start with the iron. I uniformed all the iron things. So for instance, you know how the minecarts, every single minecart was you know, the lighter color, the lighter iron. Oh goodness, it was the lighter iron color before. Well, I uniformed everything. So that goes with the hopper. I changed it back to the original instead of the new one because it looks better in my opinion. The iron bars here, those are updated. They look a lot better, and you know, we use these here to border off things like that, and the darker looks so much better. It like sticks out a little bit more, kind of blends in with the cobblestone a little bit actually, but yeah. And then that goes for all of these too, all of the minecarts. So yep, and it's cool how the furnace and the chest are our furnace and chest textures. I thought that was pretty cool. So that also goes for the flint and steel here, because this part here wasn't dark before, and now it is. And the shears, the shear part was lighter, and now it isn't. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. And then I think that's all the iron things that I did. Yeah, moving right along. Mycelium, it's no longer that ugly color. It has this certain grayish tone to it, and I like how it looks a lot. I think it looks very fine, very nice. And yeah, I'm thinking about adding the full side texture to it. You know how like on my grass it has all side no matter what? I'm thinking about doing that to this too. Let me know what you think about that. But yeah, that's that. And now we moving on to ferns and double tall ferns. I added in the new variation that came out in the version 3 texture pack. I added in, let's see, there's one of them somewhere. Here it is. Here's the version 3 texture pack fern. Here's version 2 texture pack fern, and then there's the default fern. And the same goes for double tall. So here's the normal double tall fern, the version 2 texture pack one, and version 3. So yeah, there you go, now you know. And along with the grass, I updated, this wasn't in the last pack, the grass, no matter what, has full grass sides now. So that's going to be nice for terraforming purposes and reasons and all that jazz. I don't know why I'm breaking this as I go, and the lag is ridiculous. My computer's really been struggling lately with lag. Yeah. Oh, and that also goes along with the overlays. The overlays now overlay on the side of the block and the bottom even. See, they overlay on the side and the bottom. Very good stuff. This needs to go back, and this needs to go back. So yeah, there you go. Now you know. Next, updated the spruce and bushy spruce leaves to be the new texture. This is the new bushy, or the new spruce texture, and then I re-bushied it to be the new one as well. So those are new, brand new. The glass, well, we'll stick glass for later. I updated, this is the nether brick. It was that maroon color before, and I kind of uniformed all the nether items to, you know, be uniform. So the nether brick was maroon before. It kind of matched the netherrack, and it matched the old one for sure. So I recolored it. It's black now to match. Very fine, right? Coarse dirt. I'm just going to go along with all the grass stuff. So coarse dirt. this is not our new coarse dirt texture. It's actually Germsy Boys, and ooh, I should overlay it on the crackstone brick. Yeah, that'd look good. But anyways, so I messed with a ton of the overlays too. So overlays have got a huge overhaul. You're definitely gonna want to update this pack. Just saying that right now. Coarse dirt now has, I think, 6 variations to it, and it's a little bit of a grayer tone compared to normal dirt. So let's pull out the normal dirt. See that? See how it's a little bit darker? And I really like that, because before you could barely tell the difference between coarse dirt and normal dirt as far as color wise, and I like that it has a grayer tone because you mix it with gravel to make it, so it makes sense that it would have a darker tone, and I like that. So I updated that. That now has its darker tone. Since we're on that topic, this is the petrified oak slab. It now has a coarse dirt texture, or the coarse dirt textures. Isn't that cool? Very cool. I love it. I love it so much. I want to kiss it. It looks good. Give a little smooch. Yeah. So, all right, that was that. Next, we're gonna head over to the podzol, which is right here. We had all of these variations before, and I liked it, but the side only had like the top 3 pixels or whatever. So I added, well, I think I added in the overlay for it, first of all. Second of all, I put the texture on the side, so now it's a full side texture no matter what. And I think that that is a huge improvement. Like, I mean, it looks so much better, because before it was just the top 3 pixels. Didn't really make sense in my brain hole, my brain job, so now it makes sense to me. Yeah, so grass, we already went over grass. I redid the overlay for grass too, so you can kind of see it there. The grass overlay is different, and I think it's much better. I was going back and forth whether I wanted it to be just longer on the side, just a little bit showing on the bottom, or full, because I didn't like how the normal grass looked, and I wanted to change it, so I did. So yeah, that's what I'm sticking with now. What is this here for? Why'd I put dirt blocks? I don't remember. I think I had a reason. I don't remember. So now the other nature thing to go along with is the sunflower. It's now changed. The stalk is changed, and the top is changed to, like, I think this looks way more like a sunflower, personally. I got this from Fwhip. This is Fwhip, or Fwhip's texture. And yeah, I really like it. I think it looks very good, very fine. So now, kind of shifting gears to the glazed terracotta, because you know I've updated everything. In like all the links are updated, all of the texture packs and data packs are updated. So we had colored wools before, and I didn't really use them. I thought I'd use them more, but I didn't. So I changed it. That was the orange glazed terracotta. I changed it to this block here. This is right from Germsy Boys Pack 2, and it's kind of like a Tudor block. It looks really nice, and these are the different variations of it, these 3 here, and I think it looks good. And then it has a connected texture for this one, which looks really good, and I think that I'm going to use this in builds a lot. Like, I think it looks really fancy, really cool. I wanted to put it in here for a while, but I just never did. And yeah, well, I did. So moving to this stuff, this is the purpur block, just the normal purpur block. And I know we just like retextured this and rechanged it, but then Germsy Boy put this out, and I thought this looked great. It goes right along with the, oh, what's it called? Prismarine. Yeah, with our Prismarine texture as well. So now there's a green version and a purple version, and I think these look great as roof blocks. Like so good. Yeah, so that's that block. And then let me just search purple real quick so you can see. Yeah, there it is right there. And then this is the pillar. This is the side of it, and there's the top of it. So it does have 2 different textures, in case you want to use it, but it is directional, so you'll have to place it a certain way to use a certain thing. Moving along, mossy cobblestone. This is something that I did myself, and I kind of like it. Like, I'm very proud of myself for doing this. I added in 2 variations. Well, it's 3 total, really, but 2 different variations. This was the original one here, and then I took, because you know we have like 4 or 5 different cobblestone variations. You can see, oh, you can see right there. Yeah. So I took 2 of them. I was going to do it to all of them, but I only did it to 2. And then I put my own vines on there. And you can see, you can definitely tell the difference in color, but I like it. I think it looks so good. Like here's one here. This is one that I did. That has very minimal vines on it, and then here's a different one I did that has a lot of vines on it. And they're different cobblestone layers underneath, and I also did the variation to the walls as well. And yeah, so that's that. Let me know what you think about that. I really like it. I just didn't like that it didn't have variation at all, and I wanted to change that, so I did. Yeah, so it has 3 total variations now. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Next is this stuff here. This is cracked stone brick, and where's the original? Oh, here it is. Here's the original. This is the original cracked stone brick, and that's all that we had. I grabbed the new version of the cracked stone brick, which I thought was great, and then I added my own version, which it's a very rare. I think it has like a 5% or 10% chance to show up, and it did here. And it is like it's really cracked. Like this corner is missing, this whole chunk is missing, and that top chunk is missing. And it looks really good in and amongst all the other ones. Like even if I replace this, it looks really good. Like you could definitely tell there's a like, oh look, there's a chunk missing there. And I think it looks so good. Whoops, go back. I think it looks so good, and I'm very proud of that texture that I made, because it took me a while to get it like exactly right, but I did. And then this is the chiseled stone brick. So it now has an overlay to where like this is normal, and then you stack it and bam, it gets this. The top is still circular, but I think this is going to add so much for pillars. And this is from Germsy Boy too. He's just a texture wizard. I highly recommend you go check him out, guys. Like I've mentioned his name a few times, and if you don't know who he is, definitely go check him out. He's amazing. Does great texture work. So, moving on, trapdoors. I updated the dark oak trapdoor. Instead of having the one big thing in the middle, it now has all 4, and it's recolored to match the dark oak a little bit better. Yeah, it matches a lot better than the other one did. The other one was so dark, it didn't look good. And now, moving on, this is the jungle trapdoor. I didn't see anybody using the jungle trapdoor, and I apologize if you are. I didn't see it. This is now the jungle trapdoor, and it is a wagon wheel. This is from Germsy Boy 2, custom model and everything. It looks so good, and it's gonna be used so much. Like, oh, I can't even explain how much it's gonna be used. Looks great. So most of this stuff is from Germsy Boy, just because I really like the work that he does. Yeah. And now let's move on to glass. I recolored and retextured a lot of these glasses. I didn't like the transparency on some of them. Like it was really hard to see through. I think the yellow was one that was hard to see through. The gray was hard to see through. Green, red, I think brown even. Just a lot of them I recolored and redid a lot of them. And then the borders. Some of them were like brownish or light grayish, and I didn't like it. I darkened the gray on a lot of them. Here's one of them, like the clear glass. And I even darkened and recolored this one too. That's why I have this out. But yeah, all these are darkened and recolored. These ones, these 4 right here are from AgentNemitz pack. And I just wanted some difference in glass, some different glass to use. It has a lighter border. You can see through it a little bit better, and I just really like it. I think it's a very good glass texture, and yeah, we're going to be using it now. So yellow, I already said, I redid the border. It was brownish, a brownish border, and now it's a more neutral color, and you can see through it better. Green, I think I redid the transparency on some of the green. Pink, I don't think I changed anything except the top. I changed the tops on a lot of them. This one's the same. I changed the transparency and the color on that one. The color, like border on that one. And the color border on this one, the transparency, color border again, transparency, color border again, and I didn't do anything to the black. So yeah, that's everything I did with the glass. Moving on to the ores. The ores I changed a lot of. The ores, all of them are different. All the ores are from the version 3. Yeah, from the version 3 texture pack. All of them, and I really liked them, like especially like diamond, because because it looks shiny. It actually looks shiny. And redstone too. Redstone actually looks shiny. I like it. And emerald too. It just looks shiny and it looks different. It blended in with my stone, and so I used it. This idea came from Germsy Boy, and I redid the texture a little bit. Like he had the front thing done, and the top of his said Germsy. I redid this and put a little extra something on the side, and then on the top it says Nemitz, I do believe. Nemitz. Yeah, it says Nemitz. And this is in the Minecraft writing that's like in enchanting tables. Enchanting table. Whoops. Here it is. Enchanting table. You know how you get the... Oh. Well, let me get a sword now. Or something. You know how there's this text? Well, that actually says something. I didn't know that before. But yeah, and so this says Nemitz, and it kind of has that beveled look to it. Took me a while to get this texture to look good, but I did it, and there it is for you. This is the jukebox texture. It now looks like a barrel holding something, and this is from Pixel Brew. I think he did a fantastic texture, and it can double as a barrel or a jukebox because it still has the slit in the top, which can be either a handle or the place you put the jukebox in. I think it looks great, and I'm going to use it a lot. One of the final things is this here, the turtle shell helmet. It's different now. The color is different, and you saw the armor stand. You need Optifine for this to work, but the armor stand looks like that. It has the hay head, which I like so much, because before, just the little pedestal in the middle, that doesn't make sense for things to be sitting on that, like the heads or the helmets. So the hay bale head actually makes sense. And I remember what the dirt was. It was farmland. I updated to the new farmland texture and the wet or moist, whatever you want to call it, farmland texture. And I think it looks so good. It looks amazing. So yeah, updated to that. I think it looks good. And then beyond that, the only other texture changes that I did are to the swords. I grabbed the new default swords, recolored this one, but yeah, grabbed the new default swords and the new default armor. I think it looks so good. Yeah, I just really like how it looks. And even enchanted, like you can see the armor in my inventory. Enchanted, it still has our little thing on it, but I think it looks great. So yeah, that's a new thing, and that's pretty much it for the textures for both the normal pack and the Terracotta add-on. Now moving on to the data pack things, all the new things at least. If you want to see the other things, go check out my my other video. And wow, this is getting long. So for coral, this isn't just for fire coral, all the corals. You can now use the fans and the coral blocks to make them, and you can see there's that. You can't intertwine them, I don't believe. Yeah, no, you can't intertwine, but you can use the coral, or you can use the fans to craft the block. And once you do it once, then it's in your crafting thing for good. So like, see, I can do it. Pretty cool. I like it a lot. So yeah, that's that new thing. Very fine, very fancy. And I don't want to. Yeah, there we go. Next is red sand, and I used redstone because I could have used red dye or redstone, and personally, I don't use redstone a whole lot, so I have a ton, like a huge supply. I figured redstone and sand should create red sandstone. So this is the recipe. It's not shapeless. It has to be just like this, and you get a 4 for 4 return with your sand. And yeah, so that is the red sand recipe. Very cool recipe. Next, this is for, if you're using my texture pack, it'll help a lot. Coarse dirt now can craft the petrified oak slab. There it is right there. And that's because, in my texture pack, it's textured to look like that. So yeah, now you know. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? And then iron trapdoor. It is redone to be this. I think you get a you get full return on your iron from it, just because I wanted to do that. And yeah, and now in this pack, horse armor is now craftable. It's very expensive though, very expensive. So here it is right here. It's a saddle, and then blocks of diamonds on, and it's not just exclusive to the diamond armor, it's to gold as well. So the diamond blocks would be interchanged with gold and iron, vice versa. You know, iron would be replacing the diamond. So yeah, now you know. Flint is now, or not flint, gravel is now craftable with flint, because you know before the only thing that flint was good for was flint and steel. Now you can craft gravel using flint. In a 2x2 you get gravel. Perfect, huh? So it's kind of another renewable resource, besides you can go mine it anywhere. But yeah, so moving on, any flower is now able to be crafted. Not just crafted, not crafted, duplicated. So for instance, if I'm running low on blue orchids, say I have like 2 left and I want to craft more, here's the recipe right here. It has to be in this like shape. I think it's, yeah, it just has to be in this shape. So rotten flesh bottom, blue orchid, and then bone meal, and you get 2 for 1. So now I have 33. And that's the same with every flower except the 2 talls, if that makes sense. So yeah, there you go. Now there's a recipe for crafting flowers, so you don't have to bone meal like crazy. I did the trapdoor recipe is now changed. For every single trapdoor you now get 8 for the use, and I just upped it just because some people have been doing 12, some have been doing 16. I don't know, I didn't want to like do too much, so I did 8. You get 8 trapdoors for every craft. Yeah. There was a bug in the pack, and it got found out on the MineSquad server actually, and it was for crafting black wool. It was, you would get 8 shulker boxes from it. Now it's actually 8 wool. So I just wanted to tell you guys about that bug and squash it right now. And the final thing is that rotten flesh can now be smelted to make leather. Yeah, that's right. It can be smelted to make leather. And it's going to work right now. And bam, see? You get leather out of it. And I think you get a little bit of levels from it. I think it's like 0.1. Just because I didn't want to make it too overpowered for levels. But yeah, that's now a thing. And that's the last thing I wanted to show you guys with these updates. Sorry it took so long. I didn't expect it to, but yeah, that's everything that's new in the world. Yeah, hope you guys are excited for that. You can now go download those for yourself. The links will be in the description. Updated links are in the description. Yeah. Oh, one last thing that I added I forgot to mention is I switched these. They were up and down, and now they're side to side, just to be a little more uniform with normal planks. So yeah, instead of up and down, now they're side to side. That's the only other change. Yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like for me. Subscribe if you're new or haven't subbed already. If you made it to the end of the video, there's a little bonus thing I want to tell you guys about. That tomorrow there's a special video coming out with a friend I've never recorded with before, and I'm going to be touring a server of his with him, and it's going to be very cool. And also I wanted to tell you about Germ's little, what's it called? It's his custom mobs. Oh yeah, I updated the icon on my Terracotta Add-on as well. But anyway, so the custom mobs by Germ. There's these 3 cow mobs. Well, these are all the mobs that he updated with this pack, and I was with in his live stream when he was doing a lot of these, so I feel kind of partial to some of these. These are the different variations of cow. These are just a few variations of the sheep. They have ears and a stick-out snout and stuff like that. Pig. Here's the pig variations. There's a bunch of different horse variations. I just think they look so good. It's the original horse model too, so I really like it. And then chickens. There's chickens and roosters, and they look so cool. I love it so much. So yeah, if you stuck to the end of the video, you got to see that stuff. I wanted to show that off. Very cool. And again, if you enjoyed, please leave a like for me. Subscribe if you're new or haven't subbed already, and I will see you all in the next episode. So take care, have a great day, and bye-bye.